Thanks again to Carbon Health for being our presenting sponsor. If you are a regular here, you know I've talked about Carbon Health and how long I've talked about Carbon Health and why I love Carbon Health. They help with things like COVID, cold, flu testing, antibiotic prescriptions for things like infections, UTIs, STDs. They have primary care services in California and Massachusetts. But if you're new here, thank you, by the way, for stopping by. You should also know that they can help with injuries as well. Most of their locations have imaging or x-ray machines so they can diagnose strains, sprains, and fractures if you unfortunately become injured. And I know, unfortunately, not everyone will be near one of the 120 plus locations, but they do have virtual urgent care services for states like California, New York, Florida, and several others. So thank you to Carbon Health. Really, really happy to be working with them. Check out the link in the description.
The Flash premiered at Cinemacon and the internet is abuzz. Our very own Kristian Harloff saw it and said the hype is real. Other critics, not so much. I'm excited to get into that. Plus, the Wonka hype is also real. Barbie, Aquaman. There's a lot of news today. Let's get into it. But don't forget, we are now on Spotify. Wow, Spotify sounds even cooler when you say it like that. You can see our pretty faces, especially Brett's looking so handsome today. Also, we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. You know we are serious because Brett got on Kristian's back for this one. Take that as you will. So please help us. If you're not already subscribed, what are you doing here? You come and you watch us all the time. You don't even subscribe. Gosh, Mom, it's so sad. They don't even like us that much. Yeah, we got so much news to talk about that I don't even know that I can give you guys a love life update. That's the problem. But the update is that there is no update. Maybe there's an update in Brett's love life. Brett Sheridan, everybody.
Hey, that's me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Boom, 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 boom.
Brett, how are you feeling on the ones and twos?
I'm doing pretty good. I haven't called out a camera angle yet, so I think that's pretty good.
Oh, that's the
how
bar
I
is
went to
on the floor.
See how I went to the wide shot without drawing any attention to it? Oh, wait.
Yeah, totally. No attention was drawn at all. Here's the deal. Kristian got to go see The Flash. He's gone. He's living La Vegas.
Sure.
There's so many expressions about Vegas. I had to go with living La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
And then said aloha. What's happening in Vegas comes back from Vegas because he's talking about The Flash here. Whatever. He's in Vegas enjoying his life, watching all the things that come out of Cinemacon, which feels like it's a much bigger con this year. And we'll break that down. But somehow, some way, even though he knows what Brett and I did last week, he allowed us to do this show again? Kind of shocking.
Yeah, I am pretty shocked, but I think, it is necessity. He's just like, well, I guess that's what we have to do. No, I think we got a good response, didn't we? I didn't check. I occasionally peep in there. For some reason, I didn't want to check on this.
He called you Brad or something. Did you see that in the text? This is the text from yesterday. I'll actually just out everybody here. This is my favorite thing to do on the show. I texted last night at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We good for tomorrow? Kristian said, if you guys want to do the show together again, Brett, up to you. If you can run the graphics. And then he talked about when his flight leaves, so he wasn't going to be here, and said, I was just about to text you guys, actually, but if you guys want to run the show tonight, I could send you notes for tomorrow. Brad, let me know.
That's a talk to text.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He only talks to text, and he
I
thinks
know.
it makes sense, and never does it fully make sense. But okay, so Brad, what do you think? How are we doing so far?
I think we're doing great. Except for we just need to dive right into the little opening song, right? Is that what we forgot?
Wait, why didn't you play it?
I didn't know. I was waiting for you to go, okay, and that's what, so let's try that. Let's back it up. And no, we're not cutting this part.
But that's on you. After we do Spotify and the subs, you're supposed to put in the music.
Oh, I thought I'd go to you, and then you go, so get ready for a great show. This is the big thing. Bung, 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 bung. We should have discussed it ahead of time. It would be great.
We did discuss
if we
it
just
ahead
do
of
it just like
time.
now.
So far, so fucking good, everyone. Nailing it. You know what it is? It's a true stumble through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
this
true
is,
stumble through. When it's me and you, we stumble through.
And I will get better. I think I mean, look at Kristian. He wasn't great at doing this right from the start.
Oh, do you need words of affirmation from me right now?
Yeah.
I think you are doing the best you can do.
And would you believe I'm actually quite knowledgeable in this sort of thing? Like, I was the tech for theater productions in high school and college.
I
And
believe it because you're saying it right now. Would I have known it otherwise?
no.
Maybe not. It is. This is the most mean, rude comment that I'm going to make, but I'm going to do it anyway. Watching you stumble through this does make me know how hard Kristian is working.
Yeah.
Because he makes it so seamless.
Yeah, it really does. Except for, I mean, occasionally he'll pull up the wrong thing and, we'll giggle at it. But,
you're just trying to shade
I'm just
Kristian right
saying-
now
I'm
because you
saying
feel
even
okay.
the best, and also, if I tore this all apart right now, he wouldn't know how to put it together.
All right, what if I do this?
Then we're doing the Capes and Cows thing.
All right, hold on. What if I do this?
That is the Sick Cows theme.
Okay. What if I do this?
Nothing. You got to go over to the next bank.
Okay.
Oh, one more. Well, I am your fairy princess. Christmas.
I'm sorry. What was I didn't catch your name.
Princess Esmeralda.
Oh, is that what you're Princess Esmeralda? Okay, how's it going up in the tower?
Oh, it's wonderful. Except for I've been
Bad evil beast. I don't know why I'm trying to make it deeper.
Yeah, you can just talk normal.
Yeah, I can just talk normal. This is one of my favorite voice
things. This is the chipmunk, man. For some reason, when you're a chipmunk, you gotta talk like this, man.
I'm so sorry. Kristian's gonna kill me. But I never get to play around.
Well, yeah, this is for you, Rox. Every time you're like,
Motherfucker. Couldn't me. Are you loving it? No, that was good. So now we know that I can run this as well.
Yeah. It's just that easy.
And you know what I can really do? Oh, I was gonna say mute our mics, but then I actually didn't know how.
Oh, these little guys.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
can do that.
All right. Now that I've figured it out, it may not need y'all. That's the beginning of that. Okay.
Yeah, you're back with Roxy and Brett on K95 XM Future of Rock and Roll.
So
Have you ever
you're
want to
just
be
doing
that
your
kind
own
of DJ?
voice? Oh, it's more like, how's everybody doing tonight? Thank you. We have shit we got to talk about.
Oh, that's right. There's stuff.
Yeah, okay. So let me ask you how much information you retained from last week to start. This has nothing to do with today's show.
Okay.
Who are the members of Fantastic Four?
Who are the members of Fantastic Four? We have...
We could change the camera, Brett. Change the camera.
Oh, you wanted me to be on me?
Yep.
We have Mr. Fantastic, also known as Reed Richards. We have Michael Chiklis.
Yep.
Is Sue Storm one of them? Or is that from the X-Men? And then there's
Storm.
It's just Storm?
The Storm is in the X-Men.
Okay. And then there's the one guy does fire, I think.
Good. So that
One guy's the rock guy, the Chiklis character.
what I'm gathering is you've retained it all.
Yeah, I've retained all that information.
And the villain is?
The villain in Fantastic Four it's their selves.
There's hell.
They wrestle with their
In
conscience.
all of the yeah.
Every single one. It's
Yeah. And what do they call that?
they're just wrestling with their conscience.
Honestly, I do call my conscience Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
gotta-
when they're speaking about Dr. Doom, they're talking about internal doom,
Yeah.
dread. That all makes perfect sense to me. Now let's talk about the news of this week and see how we do. Yeah, I think it's going to be just as good. Okay. We have talked about The Flash on this show. I think Kristian deleted the comment. I'm so sorry, Kristian. I can't help it. I got to bring it up. If you didn't delete it, then I missed it. I can't help but die laughing about this. Last week, you and I were talking about Jonathan Majors, and somebody wrote in the comments, how come you've never spoken about Ezra Miller on the show? And I just wrote back, literally spoken about Ezra Miller every week.
Yeah.
It feels like at this point for the last 4 years, more than that. I hosted DC Movie News. I was speaking about Ezra Miller when they choke slammed the girl to the ground in Iceland years ago. Like, I don't feel like I've gotten a break from Ezra Miller for half of a decade.
Yeah. I think a better comment would have been, why hasn't Roxy shut up about Ezra Miller?
Right.
Because that would have it would have been trolly, but made
But
sense.
true, right. Because I can't shut the fuck up about Ezra Miller. Despite even at that time the internet being like, don't talk bad about Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Like, that's our Flash. Okay. Now it's actually happening, Brett. Like, all the years of talking about both Hawaii assaults, the Iceland assault, the alleged grooming situations, the burglary, the trial, all the years of talking about that and like, what's Warner Brothers going to do? Are they going to have Ezra be the Flash? Are we going to see this? Is Ezra going to do press for this? How are people going to speak about Ezra? All of that culminated last night.
Yeah.
By the time you're watching this 2 nights ago at Cinemacon, when this movie premiered to audiences who came from far and wide, such as Kristian Harloff, who got himself on a plane to go see. There's no way Kristian was going to go to see this if the Flash wasn't playing.
Oh, yeah. I
No
don't
way.
think, the taking a one-night trip to Vegas was definitely because the hype was so big on this.
And now we're getting the first reviews. And it seems to me, and you tell me how you feel, and we'll go through some of those reviews. Seems to me that people are saying this movie is very good in general. But it is not receiving the kind of response that I was expecting it to receive when we heard things like, this is as good as The Dark Knight. This is the best superhero movie of all time. This movie needs to be shown. They cannot can it because it is going to blow every other movie out of the water. It doesn't seem like that's the response. The response seems to be, this movie's fucking good.
Yeah.
Is that how you're kind of gauging it too?
Yeah, not the it had to be made kind of a thing. It's really good, but not like, oh, I can totally see why they had to put this out despite what's going on.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, let's see what G-Man had to say about it.
Alrighty, let's do that.
Okay,
Let's see.
from our very own G-Man, Warner Brothers Pictures has been very confident.
Oh, sorry. This he needs 2 screens. That's the thing.
But Brett, I can't. Do you know that I can't read
Yeah.
when you do that?
Now the image is up.
Warner Brothers Pictures has been very confident, not about my ability to read, but about their Flash film adaptation. So much so that they screened the film tonight for thousands of exhibitors and press at Cinemacon in Las Vegas, nearly 2 months ahead of the movie's release. On top of this, there were no restrictions on social media reactions, and the early verdict on the film is coming out now. The result, they definitely seem to have a winner on their hands, with that early buzz seemingly much more on point than expected. Is it more on point than expected? There are raves all around for many aspects of the film. One of the only criticisms being about the CG battles, which is par for the course in modern superhero movies. Here's a sampling of reactions. Could you zoom in? Yup, The Flash is as good as rumored. It's Back to the Future meets Spider-Man No Way Home, with all humor and heart of the former and action and surprises of the latter. If anything, it might be a tad too ambitious, but it's also just incredibly satisfyingly heartwarming and fun. That's coming from Jermaine Lucier. You love Jermaine?
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
Is
in the
Jermaine
scene.
G-Man?
No.
No.
Gerald, I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see what Eric Davis said. Take it away, Brett.
DC's hashtag The Flash is tremendous, all uppercase. Forget DC. It is without a doubt among the best superhero films ever made. An all-timer, innovative storytelling, fantastic, all caps, action sequences, great cast, so many nerdy details. I'm in tears at the end. Everything you want from a superhero film and more. I'm honestly floored. It's so good. As a monster Back to the Future fan, it has BTT.
Back to the Future,
Oh,
Brett.
Back to the Future vibes all day. Michael Keaton is amazing as expected, and this is the best Ezra Miller has been as the Flash. Affleck gets some of his best Batman moments too, and Sasha Kaye rocks. Hashtag the Flash. Eric Davis from Fandango.
So these are looking really, really good. Dan Casey says The Flash is very good, especially given how oversaturated we are with multiverse stories. It's really savvy, charming take on Flashpoint that effectively wields nostalgia rather than weaponizing it. Some genuinely delightful set pieces, too. You don't have to scroll down.
I was getting so we could plan ahead for the next one. Or are we going to just stop?
You notice that you didn't scroll down during yours at all?
I didn't know, because I used to run one of those
Teleprompters, but it was all in the one thing.
Yeah.
It was just in the one.
All right. I'll try harder.
Brett, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Okay, so these are some of the ones that they are highlighting. Scroll down for a second, Brett. I know I just told you don't have to scroll down. I wonder if there's any bad ones that they're saying. No, it seems like they are highlighting all good ones. Here's what I saw from our very good friend of the show, Jeff Snyder, who I don't know that this is about the Flash, but to me it seems like it's about the Flash. This is what Jeff said. I don't know whether he saw the movie. I don't know where it comes from, but he said, just scanned initial reactions. Embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for my profession. Not even a whiff of criticism. A bunch of easy lays, I tell ya. There are only a handful of critical voices you can trust these days. It's sad, and yes, I know this tweet is going to get me killed. I'm like, does that mean you saw it and you didn't like it? Because that was like pretty hard. It's pretty harsh for, I wonder, did you see it? You didn't like it? You thought everybody else loving it? Or are you just like, where's the criticism?
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are they're not being just like, it's every part's amazing. There are some critiques of the CG, and they're saying it's good. Some people saying great.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just is he upset that it still came out, kind of a thing? Like
I don't know.
Everybody's still watching it. How dare you be on board? Or is it maybe he did see it and thinks everybody's a shill?
Do you have any moral debate inside watching this movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of that going on lately, more so than before, of really feeling like, oh, should I be supporting this and separating art from artists? Because I've been pretty, like, adamant about, like, not really. I'm done with what's his face, Mel Gibson. I've really not cared to see anything of his, and I don't know why he's still touted as this, wonderful director and stuff. But
that's because you have guilt about that.
Oh.
Generational trauma.
And so this one is tough. I mean, it's, again, we're going off of allegations, so you can't definitively say, like, what's happened. So I don't know. It's a tough one, Rox. It's a tough one. But I've never been so adamant about seeing a movie that I wouldn't wait until I find out if this is something that I should be supporting. I guess.
So if you heard that The Flash was not good and you know everything with Ezra, would you not see the movie?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
but you're hearing it's really good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's tough.
So you're going to see it.
Well, you know me. I mean, I'm different. I'll see it maybe on streaming. I'm not going to go. I wouldn't go out of my way to see it in the first place, and I'm definitely not really going out of my way. But, it's rough, Rox. It makes us all, like, deal with, like, stuff.
What are your boundaries?
Yeah. It's like, it's hard being a white man having to decide whether I should support this. No, I don't know. It's just, it gives you.
So why do you think you have a harder time getting into the psyche of Brett watching Mel Gibson movies than Ezra Miller movies?
Because
Mel Gibson's been that for more years.
Oh, well, no. And also, I mean, we flat out had audio of, we have the video of the choke or anything, but like I guess we do have some video of Ezra getting, it just, I don't know. There's that hot tub thing, that converse, like and the talking to the cop, and just like icky stuff and horror. You know,
Are you talking about Mel or Ezra now?
Mel Gibson.
Okay, because Ezra,
Well,
there's
icky stuff
there
there too.
there's that talking to the cop and the screaming.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't have a trouble with either one of them. I guess the biggest trouble.
You don't?
No, I mean, I don't have trouble not supporting either one of them.
Yeah, okay.
But my, I would say
Because you think the actors from The Last of Us video game are not good.
yeah, because in the video game, it's horrible. It's a joke. This is going well. No,
No, I don't mean to put you in the hot seat.
no, I get what you're saying.
It's hard to talk about because I have weird boundaries with shit too. Like, okay, let's just like, okay, this is a weird one, but like, Snoop Dogg consistently posts things like, justice for Bill Cosby, support Bill Cosby.
Okay.
And it's like, because I feel like people don't take that part of him so seriously, everybody screams every one of Snoop's lyrics.
Yeah.
And like society hasn't turned on Snoop, and I'm not suggesting that they do.
No.
I'm just saying like Snoop's two main platforms are justice for OJ and justice for Bill Cosby.
I did not know that.
And Instagrams it consistently all the time, which is his prerogative. But then like, you know, some other artists, they do say something at one time, and maybe because we take that aspect of them more seriously, we're like, "Ooh, I have a hard time, but I have no problem listening to Snoop." And so I question myself all the time. I'm like, what is my boundary? Like, I don't know what it is. Is it if I can enjoy the movie, like if I can go see The Flash and not be thinking about what Ezra did, then is that my boundary? Like, it's not a distraction. And how do you know if something's a distraction until you're there? Like, if the movie's so good that you're not thinking about it, is that what the line is?
There's also the element of then this is a collaboration. This isn't him doing this isn't like the Ezra Miller stand-up show, you know, or
right.
which is still a collab, but I mean there's so many people and so many, you know,
yeah, but it is we're not watching Justice League, it is The Flash.
The Flash, yeah. Rocks, man.
I know. I'm gonna see. The truth is, I'm gonna see this movie.
Well, yeah.
So I'm hoping I get the invite and don't have to pay for it. If I don't, I'm gonna pay to go see it because it's my job. I'm not stoked.
No.
I wish I kind of like. This is so rude, but part of me kind of wished it sucked. Like that the reviews came out, and
So you could say, yeah, I'm not.
yeah, and like, what does that say about me? That I'm more willing to see Ezra Miller on screen as long as they're good. Like,
It really, this one among anything else lately is really testing our separating art from artists, I think, because we're in it. It's not like there's been a trial or anything like that and we've heard it. So we're kind of in it. So you've got to take sides even knowing what
do you think it would be different if there had been the trial had taken place before this, they had been proven guilty and they were serving time?
You would think so. You would, I guess you would.
Who would think so? You?
I would think that it would make a difference, but I'm being surprised every day by these things. You know, there's yeah, we could go into all that, but I guess we'll just, you know.
Instead, I think it's a really nice time to hear from the people that support us. Let's hear from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You guys know how I have been talking about BetterHelp, how it has helped people on this show, how it has helped a lot of you. And now we can tell you more once again about BetterHelp, because getting to know yourself, it can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and we're always changing. How I was, 2 years ago, significantly different to how I am today, because you're always learning. That's why you're saying to yourself later on, oh man, if I would have just done that back in the... Hindsight's 20/20. But if you can do things to help yourself, then why not do it? And therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes you don't always know what you want. And you don't always know why you react the way you do until you talk through things. And this is what I love about BetterHelp. It connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. So I've talked about this. You guys know about this. Roxy reached out to BetterHelp. She's been thriving since she's been talking to BetterHelp. I talk to her about it all the time, and she loves it. She loves the therapist that they matched her with. And it's so amazing as a friend, as someone who cares about Roxy deeply, to see that. And I want you guys to have the same experience. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's online. It's convenient, it's flexible, and it's suited to your schedule. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Go and visit BetterHelp.com/bigthing. And when you do, you get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/bigthing.
Thanks so much. We love our sponsors. We could not do it here without them. That's just a straight up fact. So thank you so much for the support. And thanks for the support from you guys. You are amazing. We appreciate everything you have to say. Leave comments. Let us know if you are using products from any of our sponsors, or if there's anything that we're talking about that you end up loving. We love taking screenshots of that, sending it to them, letting them know that you guys enjoy them as much as we do. Okay, so The Flash was not the only thing.
No, not at all.
But it was, some might call it the big thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, I thought it was going to be the big thing. That's how good I am.
Can we get on the wide or something, Brett?
Oh, shit. I was trying to set up Roxy for the next ad.
And you didn't, because the ones and twos are new to you. Take it, Brett.
I pulled them up. Now I'm ready to go. This is the big thing. Show. We talked about the Flash, and now we're through. Because we didn't want to get too political with you. But now Roxy's gonna tell you about. I can't find the thing. Boom. Oh, now I got to give you the article, don't I?
So good, Brett.
So good.
Brett, that was actually excellent.
Cinemacon.
Let's talk about cinnamon. Have you ever tried the cinnamon challenge where you put the whole teaspoon in your mouth and you died?
I didn't try it. I watched people do it, going like, "You guys are stupid."
Wow, you're a wimp, bro.
Well, because I knew if I know something's gonna,
You're a wimp that you didn't want to get killed by cinnamon.
I didn't want to cough it up.
So here's what's up. Warner Brothers. Oh, G-Man, thank you. Warner Brothers Pictures held its Cinemacon presentation along with its The Flash, Dune Part 2, Meg 2, The Trench trailer presentations that they already reported on. They showed off a bunch of other stuff too. Some of it was Aquaman and Lost Kingdom. So I know that they showed some footage of this. I know that they had some footage of Amber Heard in there. I wonder what the sound in the room was when Amber Heard got on screen. Also Nicole Kidman footage returning, so that's cool. The Black Manta footage that was shown, I guess that there was a moment where he was using his trident, giving him powers. People seemed really stoked about that. He has to pair up with his brother, Patrick Wilson. You know, he's one of my favorite interviews I ever did.
Oh, really?
Patrick Wilson was so dope.
Just a delight.
Awesome. Class act. I actually interviewed Amber Heard that same day.
Oof.
People aren't going to like this. She was lovely to me.
I bet.
Then there was some Blue Beetle stuff. And I know Kristian's been so hyped about that movie because friend of the show is starring in it. Some Barbie stuff. Both Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie in all pink and white showed up on stage. Ryan Gosling was very funny talking about Barbie and talking about his experience. He said this: I had up to this point, I only knew Ken from afar. I didn't know Ken from within. If I'm being really honest, I doubted my Kenergy. I didn't see it. Margot and Greta, I feel like they conjured this out of me somewhere. One day, I was bleaching my hair and shaving my legs and wearing bespoke neon outfits and rollerblading down Venice Beach. It came on like a fever, like a scarlet fever. Why is there fake tanner on my sheets? Why am I wearing jackets without shirts? What just happened? You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Moving to LA. Like slowly becoming LA-ified.
Yeah.
Like when I moved here from Boston and then like, you know, the first time I dyed my hair blonde and then went back home and my friends were like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing with blonde hair? And then you go back east and you're tan because it's sunny here all the time. People are like, what is happening to you? And then all of a sudden I dropped 25 pounds because like you're active out here just because that's like the lifestyle because it's not snowing all the time. And people are like, oh my God, you LA bitch. And I'm like, where did this come from? I'm still Boston, I swear. But that's the Ryan Gosling of it all. You know, this is my number one most anticipated movie of the year.
Really. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think it sounds wonderful. I'm surprised that with the trailer or the scene I saw with the "I'll beat you off" beach.
I loved that.
I like it, but I'm like, is that too much for
this is not for kids, I don't think.
It's not for kids. Now, I'm surprised that the Barbie people are down with that because I feel like Barbie's pretty squeaky clean when it comes. It's very.
She puts the squeaky
in clean. Yeah, being proportionally impossible, as we've discovered, Barbie is.
Did you see they revealed the first Down syndrome Barbie yesterday?
No.
Yeah, it was really cool actually. I saw this on social media. They made the first Down syndrome Barbie. They partnered with a woman with Down syndrome, and they talked about like she's got a special necklace on that identifies. There's like 3 upwards arrows. I guess that's a symbol in the Down syndrome community, and like her height and proportions, and like I guess her eye shape and nose shape was designed by this girl with Down syndrome to like look like somebody and be representative of the Down syndrome community. And I was like, let's fucking go, Barbie.
But still huge tits, right?
She had a very she had a dress on that went high. So I don't know when you take the dress off what the Down syndrome Barbie's tits look like, Brett.
That was like that.
Try to Google it.
You know, not my Barbie. Why? Because Down syndrome? No tits. Somebody could be upset about it. I'm just saying.
You know what? I wish this was a choose adventure because this is what I want to say to you guys at home. Do I bail him out or do we let him keep going? Oh, you voted for let him keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying that a lot of people get up in arms about certain things like Little Mermaids being black and stuff like that. I guarantee there will be
because that's preposterous. How could a mermaid be black?
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's somebody going to have
it was a big joke.
Something wrong with this and have the biggest dong take. I guarantee you'll be able to find it. But that's just society.
Let's talk Little Mermaid because Little Mermaid they had a Melissa McCarthy moment, I think this morning, where she came in, she presented some Little Mermaid stuff for the Disney Cinemacon panel, and then they must have played a clip of Poor Unfortunate Souls, and apparently she brought the fucking house down. So it wasn't a live performance, but it was a tape of her doing Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Oh, nice.
And apparently it was rad. I've been a little nervous about that moment in the movie because I don't know Melissa McCarthy's past, but have you known her as a singer?
No, that's I haven't known her as a singer, but there's some part of me that would think she could sing. I don't know.
Yeah, but I just think I would have like heard it at this point.
Yeah.
But that's silly, and maybe we have, and I'm just not thinking of it. Did you watch Gilmore Girls?
I didn't. She was on Gilmore Girls?
Nobody knows that. She was like a big star on Gilmore Girls. Sookie.
What the? The only Sookie I know is Sookie Stackhouse from True Blood.
You're still on my camera.
I know. I like to leave it on you to get your reactions. Oh, there's some AC for us. Always point out when things are going on.
It's up to 70.
Can I? Are you all right temperature wise, or should I pop that up?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. This is what you discussed during a show. I've got a question. No, it wasn't that one. Oh,
okay.
Did you want to talk about Willy Wonka?
I did. I was going to go there next.
No, I was just wondering because I wanted to get it ready for you if you wanted to.
Yeah, Brett, hit me. Let's talk
Hit me with some Wonka vision. Whoop.
I'm actually stoked to talk about this because I am a massive fucking Wonka fan.
Me too.
I love Willy Wonka. Brett, what's going on with Wonka?
Well, the Timothy Chalamet-led, I love what they did there, Wonka musical scored its first trailer and review.
It just says Timothy Chalamet-led.
But why'd they put the dash? Is that how you say led?
Timothy Chalamet led Wonka.
Chalamet. I don't know what the
Timothy Chalamet led Wonka.
But why do you put the dash there? Is that how you say led? It was
Yeah.
English.
I love what they did there.
English is
with
my
the word.
second language.
What's your first?
Nebraskan.
Oh.
What are they doing? Hugh Grant plays an Oompa Loompa.
Wait, can you tell the people?
Okay, the Timothy Chalamet led Wonka.
Timothy Chalamet led, bro.
Timothy Chalamet led Wonka musical scored its first trailer and revealed that Hugh Grant plays an Oompa Loompa in the film. Re-teaming with his Paddington 2 director Paul King on this project, the trailer indicates the film will see a young Willy Wonka facing off against a chocolate cartel that wants to prevent him from practicing his craft. Chalamet describes his character as a Willy that's full of joy and optimism, and unlike the cynical Wonka, cynical Wonka scene in the Gene Wilder movie. I think.
Where you going, never knowing.
Oh, I love it.
Is the music gonna feature the original music and other music, or what's the deal?
I hope so.
Hugh Grant playing an Oompa Loompa makes me think that there are other Oompa Loompas.
Mm-hmm.
Dreamcast.
For Oompa Loompas?
Yeah.
Ooh, brother.
They could have so much fucking fun with that.
Yeah. Just
because I thought in the new version, correct me if I'm wrong, weren't all the Oompa Loompas one person?
Yeah, the new version, they were just one actor that they duplicated.
So is it going to be Hugh Grant?
Is it all going to be Hugh Grant? I don't know. And I just don't know. Like, the Oompa Loompas really don't do much, and that's kind of a crazy role for Hugh Grant, don't you think?
What are you talking about? They roll everybody out?
Yeah, they roll them out.
Hugh Grant's got some weird press recently.
Oh, boy.
I fuck with him, though. No, remember that moment with on the carpet?
Oh, we were just kind of flippant with somebody or kind of dickish? Yeah.
Yeah. Not weird bad.
Yeah, just like...
People are like, he's a dick. And I'm like, he's just been at it alone.
Yeah, I just think he just didn't really care to go through that. Maybe ask him something different.
Yeah, but that's the producer's fault.
Yeah.
Not Ashley Graham's.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't blaming it on. No.
So you don't like her?
No, I love Ashley Graham.
So
I knew who the interview was with.
So you agree? You think you're really pretty?
Yeah, I do.
Is it too soon to be doing another Wonka property?
I don't think so. I think that the last one has been quite some time. Rox, can you see? Are you seeing what time it is? I'll put it on you if you want to.
Are you kidding me or no? So in doing my job, I waited till Brett put the camera on him so that I could look at something on the screen. Because I know that we want to get to our amazing sponsors.
Yeah.
And then Brett called me out. And you know who's going to help me get out of this hole?
Our sponsors.
Our sponsors. Thank you so much. Let's hear about our sponsors.
Athletic Greens is the best. AG1, man. We are very excited to be talking about our next partner here. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens every day. I've been talking about them for months. It's coming up on years at this point. For me, I take it in the morning. As the day's getting going, I put it in a water bottle. I shake it up. Done. It gives me good energy. I've been talking about it forever. Brett loves it. Katie Sackhoff loves it. Why? Because it just makes it simple. You just I'm not a big vitamins guy. I like one shot, done. For me, it helps energy, sleep quality. And I just never understood, why would you take a bunch of different things? You can just take one scoop of powder in water once a day and you're good. It's a good life hack. It's really great. That's why I love and I trust AG1 by Athletic Greens, and so many of you guys do too now, since hearing about it on this show. It gets delivered to you once a month. Very easy to make it a daily habit. I get the travel packs when I go on the road, when I'm doing the Comic-Cons and things. It's so easy. You just take care of your body each day, and it's that simple. So if you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/bigthing. athleticgreens.com/big thing. Check it out.
Well, that was great. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Please get what our sponsors are offering. It helps us. It helps you. We don't really push anything here that we don't like. I think people are like, why are you doing that sometimes? And you're like, no, I really like these products. I talk highly about them.
We've helped improve people's energy. We've helped improve people's balls, therefore their sex life. We've helped improve people's health and mental health. We've helped people do a lot of shit because of our sponsors.
I gave my son a Manscaped because I got 2. And it was a very odd moment. And because I said to my wife, I was like, I don't need 2 of these. You know, and the one I had was fairly new. Should I give it to Blake? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, do you want to do it? She's like, no, you give it to him. So
why would you ask your wife to do that?
No, I wouldn't. I just thought it was funny to say. She knew I was kidding. I was gonna, but it was a weird.
All right, Brett, here you go. Here's a moment for you.
Okay.
You now, for the next 60 seconds, you are the host of this show.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just say thank you guys for coming in, and I'm gonna play that outro music. No, Wonka. You asked me a question about Wonka being too soon, Rox, and I don't think so. I think that I'm a little skeptical of the time that this takes place because I don't know if you've seen what the original. I don't want to get political on you, but if you've looked at the original Oompa Loompa story, it's not very. It's kind of. We'll just put it on your face.
I'm just waiting for you to finish a sentence.
Basically, it appeared like they were slaves in the original book.
You're saying you're curious what time period this new one is in?
Well, this is supposed to be when he's getting the Oompa Loompas,
Right.
I think, and that's part of the story. So I want to see how they address that because it's very.
How much is he paying them?
Yeah, how much is he paying? Like, are they going to clear that up and go a better route to where like they really want to be there? Because
What are they?
They were a tribe somewhere in the original books, and I think that's probably why in the newer one they did just the one guy, and he seemed more jolly about.
We need paychecks.
Yeah, I want to.
Where are your pay stubs? It's a direct deposit situation.
I want them to see, guys. Listen, will you come to me to America? With 6 figures a year and full dental benefits. Yay! And then they all like willingly get on the boat and then they show some break room scenes where they're all having a good laugh. And, I want this to be like this is where the Oompa Loompas get theirs, I think. And that's the film I want. No Chalamet, like just a pop in of Chalamet, rest of the film. Oompa Loompa. What do you think about that, Rox?
Yeah, no, that's what I was hoping for too.
Yeah.
I think that this should really center around the Oompa Loompas in general. Hugh Grant is the star of this movie.
I would say so.
And this is his journey. His journey to America for freedom.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure that
From England.
In this one, the Oompa Loompas' horrible life, they're probably being attacked all the time and they need help getting out of there. And I was just thinking about the music, Rox, and I don't think they're gonna do the ones we like.
Okay. How come?
Because I just think that maybe that was later on he created those ones.
Yeah, but
when he was more cynical.
Sometimes you sing songs multiple times.
Yeah.
Like you sing a song as a kid and then sometimes you sing as an adult.
It just seems like the jolliness. He's saying he's a more jolly Wonka, and he's not the cynical old Wonka. And a lot of those songs about, what do you do when you gobble up sweets, eating the way that a dinosaur eats?
Dinosaur?
I don't know. But yeah, those are jolly.
Do you know?
I do not know. And like the whole, like the rowers are rowing and that scary thing. That's an acid trip.
Yeah. I want to know the history of the schnozberry.
Do you know that is it was I heard tell that schnozberry is a sexual innuendo.
I need them to spell it out for us.
Yeah.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Give it to me.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I think if you Googled it, you'll find that it's...
That's not a movie. You shouldn't have to Google it.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll... If this is rated
It
X.
will be a disappointment if they do not go over the history of the schnozberry.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going to need about 20 minutes of schnozberry. And then, quick pop in Wonka, and then then Oompa Loompas, just straight.
Are you hoping that there's any reference to the creation of the golden tickets?
I'm guessing that maybe it will go right up until that point. I think it will go right up to the point where it's like maybe you see the young Jolly and he's like something's, business just isn't working. He's getting tired of this, and we say, I have an idea. Bing. And then I see that them then doing a second one that is a remake of the first one.
Did you write it?
I did.
Is it good?
Yeah, I had to stop. There's a writer strike, so I stopped. Right.
What's the last line in the movie?
Oh, the last line in Willy Wonka, he goes, "Oh man, I'm getting too old for this."
Oh, that's Timothy Chalamet saying
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and he's looking around, and he's looking out over the factory. He's like, I used to be jolly, but now I'm starting to feel more cynical, like Gene Wilder, because Gene Wilder is in this world, but he's just Gene Wilder. And then he's like,
Right.
He goes, so, why don't you? And then one of the Oompa Loompas is like, hey boss, thanks for the fruit basket you sent me my wife for Christmas, showing that he's a good boss. And he'll say like, you should have a contest to see who can take over the factory. And he's like, well, that's the ticket. And then cut to final credits.
No, that's true. And if you want to see more funny bits like that, you guys should join us at Flappers this Friday.
Roxy.
I'm stoked for this. By the time you are watching this, this is literally tomorrow. So there's no more excuses like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing on Friday. Let's just face it. You don't have fucking plans. You don't have plans. You thought you might be getting plans. You don't have plans. And you're like, I don't want to spend another Friday night at home. We just lived through a fucking panini. We are out of the panini. You are living your life, and you are coming to see us at Flappers, 10 p.m. And I'm not hearing it's so late. Yeah, you're young and you're sexy. You're young and you're sexy. Get yourself to Flappers, 10 p.m. this Friday, the 28th of April. We are going to be there. It's Brett. It's me, it's Kate, it's Kristian, it's Steph, it's Coy, it's Winston, it's Mike, it's all your favorite nerds. We're all going to be on stage. And if you don't get your tickets at thekristianharloff.com, then you're a fucking fool. Do you think I bullied them into it?
No, I
or?
love it. It's different. I think there's different people bully. I think the way you bullied it in, well, obviously it's sexy. The way you bully.
I'm a sexy bully.
Yeah. You're just
Sexy
like,
little bully.
Yes, mommy. That's what everybody at home, like, there's guys just tickets.
There were some people in the comments that were saying, Roxy's now single. If you live in LA, you have to go to the show. And I was like, what kind of show do they think?
Well, maybe that we'll be doing a live, blind
Raffle
date.
me off, yeah.
Blind date.
We could do a 2-minute blind date on stage.
That would be fun.
That would be fucking fun. Let's pitch it to Kristian.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't know. Here's the truth. When people are like, what's going to happen on the show? I'm like, I know it's starting with stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know it's not stand-up anymore. What happens in not stand-up section is kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
We're probably going to talk about some nerd shit because we're a bunch of nerds. But also, like, what we do on this show. How would you describe that?
Balderdash and tomfoolery. I think it'll
It
be
is
a
a
lot
bunch of tomfoolery.
I think it'll be some tomfoolery, and it'll be fun. I think he's gonna. I'm assuming like what he did with that late night show or whatever that we did to announce it. That he's gonna mix up some of the panels a little bit, like throw you in with the Sith and put Roxy in capes, or your Roxy, put Kate in with capes and cows, and then me.
How is Kate? I haven't been talking to her as much.
I know she was having some issues with her house, but
Oh, no fucking way.
yeah. And I keep bugging her. I keep so she's like, everything's fine. We're just, and, so.
Is everything fine?
Yeah. Everything's fine. Like her dad's, she's like, my dad's
Okay.
fine. Family's good health or whatever. But they were having some annoying home ownership things they're dealing with.
Do you feel like Kristian's about to walk in?
I see Dude, maybe. Is Dude coming in or is it Kristian?
I don't know. It was like an energy moment.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We're
What's
like,
the
we should be-
energy, bro? What's your rising?
As soon as we started talking about personal things like that, it's like the wind brought up and it was like, talk about your TV picks, Roxy, come on.
All right, fuck it. Let's do it.
TV, Roxy's TV picks. I have a pick for you. I don't have a graphic for it.
Okay.
But you want me to give it at the end or start with it?
Save the best for last.
All right.
So we should start with yours.
All right, it's mine. Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. Did you see the Waco documentary?
No, and a lot of people have been bringing this up.
I feel like I was living. Oh, yes, I feel. I know. My wife was like, "Don't you remember all of this?" And I was like, "It was 1993, I think. I was in college. I didn't watch the news."
Is it just called Waco?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
On Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
From last year, maybe, or
It might have been. I know because there was the Waco series, right?
right.
But this isn't it. This is, I think,
Let's look.
it's a few episodes of this, and this is just real footage, real interviews from people. And I didn't realize, this is no spoiler if you paid attention to the news, but what a shit show the government
Is
in. Yeah, well, I know they are, but like,
so the Waco American Apocalypse documentary.
yes, they handled this poorly. And a lot of people died that probably should. I mean,
Oh no, I guess it dropped last month. I thought it dropped at the end of last year.
yeah, it's. I went into it thinking I was going to see how horrible this cult, which they weren't great, and he was having sex with underage women, which they all seem to want to do, which I like. Just have a regular cult where you have sex with women of age and close to your age. That I'll be fine with that kind of a cult. But
Okay.
it's when you have the kids, when you're having sex with like 14-year-olds and stuff. I think that's when it gets gross. But
The
regardless
reviews
of
online are looking like people think that this doc is really, really well done.
yes, it's very well done.
3-part series. It was 3 parts,
Yeah.
and it came out on March 22nd.
Wow, we were kind of on it with this. That's crazy. We're usually way behind on. We started watching. Yeah, I highly
Well, that was a
recommend
month
it.
ago. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of the
I'm not
Sheridan
on it.
Rubicon, is that a thing? Yeah, I'd say check it out. I think you'll enjoy it, and it's definitely there's Kristian. It's
Is
definitely
that what that was?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He likes to slam on there to make us sit up straight.
That was
It's a
horrifying.
little jarring. Yeah, I'm so used to it that I don't Twitch anymore. But
What the fuck? I thought something fell.
he's just gonna. He should just pop in here and take over my camera.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so check it out, Rox. You'll really enjoy it. And again, you'll realize that like people that died that shouldn't have. I mean, like these poor people that were following the young children and stuff like that didn't deserve to die the way they did.
It's not good because you just said these people, the young children, didn't deserve to die the way they did, and I rolled my eyes.
As Kristian walked in.
Kristian walked. These young people aren't supposed to die the way they did. Oh. Everybody's been saying that to me because it's been nice out the last couple days.
Yeah, you go out tanning apparently.
No, I drive. You guys know I drive a convertible.
Yeah.
So I'm out driving. Tan.
Why are you still doing a show?
Yeah, we started really late.
I texted you and I told you. Why
Yeah.
are we talking about doing a show really late? Let's get some more TV. So that was my TV pick for you. It is Waco, and then Roxy. You've been into another kind of real life story here. Let's bring this one up.
Okay, so I didn't know if I was going to watch this show, American Manhunt, the Boston Marathon bombing, for obvious reasons. Of course, I'm from Boston. I live on the marathon route. My dad lives there. The day of the bombings was like the scariest day ever for every one of my friends. I was coming back from Coachella, and I was like living my life, and all of a sudden I look at the news, and it was the first year I wasn't home for the marathon. And I look at the news, and then I can't get a hold of anybody for hours because all the cell towers were down. You couldn't make a call. And again, my family lives on the marathon route. So you're trying to figure out what happened, who, what. A lot of people go to the finish line, like as information was coming out. It was so fucking scary.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And then, and everybody who's from Boston had that same experience, like I'm not special on that one. Then, right after everything happened, the manhunt. So I'm from Newton, and we were one of the cities that was shut down. You couldn't leave your house. You had to stay home. And for days, you couldn't go anywhere because they were in this manhunt. So I remember that, and it's a decade ago. I remember it like it's yesterday, everybody being stuck inside. You couldn't leave.
That was 10 years ago?
It was a decade ago. So that's why this came out now.
Wow.
And then after that, a couple of like not so respectful things happened. Mark Wahlberg, who oftentimes I'm a fan of, but seems to do some silly things sometimes. He put out that movie Patriots Day, which was like way too soon. And then there was that movie Stronger, which I liked significantly better, but came out a little later and was about somebody who was actually there. But all these things, I kind of felt like rehashing it felt just like this open wound. Now it's been a decade. This is a 3-part doc that was so unbelievably detailed. They just did like the most amazing job with it. And a lot of people think like, okay, the Boston bombings, what happened? So you think, like, okay, most people know there's 2 brothers, and there was a couple bombs that went off, a few people died, and then there was a manhunt for them, and then they were found, or one of them was found, the other was killed.
Yeah.
But like, they brought in this doc, every person investigating the situation was being interviewed for this doc. Every person who had people who had lost limbs, people who had lost significant others, people who there were so many interviews and pieces being put together, and it went into like what happened that got these 2 brothers that made them make these choices that they did. The whole thing, I just thought, it's like better than a textbook. Like, this is the way that history, I feel like, of the marathon should be taught. People should sit down, because our generation knows what happened. But at some point, same thing with 9/11, any terrorist attack that's happened to our country, which this was, the kids aren't going to know what it was. And you think about being a kid, you read it in a book. It doesn't stick with you the same way. I just think that they just did an amazing job just doing justice to what happened here this day and documenting that. And I was really, really glad that I watched it. It was super fucking hard to get through. I was fucking
that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
I was bawling. I mean, because people died, and there's no like recourse for that. It is what it is. And it didn't need to be that way. Also, like, it does make you have weird feelings about right now. It's super not cool to be pro cop, obviously, but like watching what the people in this city, in my city, did. Yeah. The people, the police officers, the investigator, like everybody coming together to be like, we are going to find these 2 people when they so easily could have not. Like, there was a world in which this turned into a we never caught them situation. Oh, wow. There was many times, like, if you don't know what happens when you're watching it, you're like, how are they going to find them? Like, it seems like they have no fucking idea where these 2 people are. Yeah. And then the Uber driver, I don't know if you remember this about the Uber driver who ended up, the bombers got in his car and like tried to hijack the car, and he ended up running, and that's how they were able to get them. Like, he's interviewed in this, and the courage from that fucking guy, like, to just run. I don't think I would have, just watching it was so emotional. I can't recommend this doc enough if you are unfamiliar with the ins and outs, or if you are familiar and you think you know everything, you don't. It was one of the best docs I've seen in a long time. if they're, I don't know exactly how nominations work for docuseries, but I think that this should be nominated. Like is so well done.
It's and that's kind of on the same lines as, you know, the Waco thing. These are hard to watch, but I agree with you. There needs to be, because they come news blips in the mass of all these things that are just these tragedies that we have, and I'm interested in this because I was in the dark about the Waco thing. I don't remember a lot of details of this. I was like, was this the guy that was hiding in a boat or something at one point?
Yeah.
Okay, that one. Okay, so that's so if you want to, just have a real.
Anyway, that's my least fun of the picks, but it's really good. The other picks are, I really wanted to focus on that this week, especially with my Boston roots, and I wanted to make sure that I
definitely.
talked about it. But the other ones I've told you guys about already, but they're some of the best TV ever on right now, so I just need to keep reiterating some of these. Yellow Jackets on Showtime. We're halfway through the season. It is so effing good. I thought that this might be a one-hit wonder with its freshman year. It is not. The sophomore season is crushing it. I'm so curious what they end up doing with many of these characters. Some of the reveals this season have been disgusting. This is must-watch TV for horror fans, but also for fans of thrillers, dramas, and just creepy, weird shit. Succession, man. I am devastated that this show is coming to an end. It is the best written, best performed show. If you don't watch it, start, binge it, catch up, be there by the time we're done. It's on my list every week until it's done because it deserves to be there.
I just sell this on me. I don't know, like, for some reason, just seeing shitty people doesn't intrigue me. Is there what's the hook here?
Like, what if you could see right now the inner workings of what was happening with Rupert Murdoch and fucking what the fuck is his name that just got fired? Tucker Carlson and like shitty people doing shitty things that only rich people can get away with, and figuring out like the inner workings of like and how they parent and how it's the whole conglomerate is just like disgusting, disturbing, but so intense. And if you like Seinfeld or Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I know that seems like weird references right now, but like then you're used to liking shit people.
Okay.
So it's just shit people in a drama.
All right. Okay. What about this one?
Barry this season has gotten so dark. Bill Hader's great. The show is really good. I don't know where we're going. We are in prison, and we don't know who to trust. I don't know what I'm rooting for. He's obviously a horrible dude, but like he is our protagonist, kind of. Yeah, this show is not a comedy anymore. It is definitely straight up a drama, but it is a very good drama.
All right. And I'm...
Except for Noho Hank, who is a comedian.
Oh.
For sure.
I'm on board with this next one 1,000%.
Man, Ted Lasso last night was so good, and last week was so good. Ooh, last night was so good. Man, this is just like this. I don't know that this show would have done that well if it came out pre-Panini. I think it would have been good, but like, I just think that this came out during the perfect Panini time when we all needed hope. And the premise of the show is believe. And like watching all these characters, I'm so gonna be so sad when this show is gone. It is the best feel good. It is a comedy, but it's not like a ha. It's like it's just a feel good show. And now every episode's an hour, so it's like it's a full dramedy. It's excellent.
I 100% agree with you on the and at times I'm like, is this too cheesy? But then it's just like, I don't know. It's just like they hit it. It's a perfect amount of cheese. It really is.
I don't even like cheese.
Yeah.
My tummy hurt.
I love this show so much, and I think the people that hate on it just don't want to feel good, because there's really, how can you hate on something that's just trying to bring a bright a bright spot on the world right now and be good.
Brett, we did it.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah. When Kristian came in, did you think he was gonna maybe like join us for the show?
No. For a second I thought maybe, but I think he just got back. He just wants to. He wants to just let us do our thing, because
when you are talking.
Oh, I should be on me. See, we were doing so well. You know, Rox, do we touch on either this one, or nobody cares? I was kind of interested in this a little bit, but maybe
Okay,
we'll
Brett.
save it.
Yeah, what do you got about Witcher?
I just want to say
I don't watch the show, so I only watch the first season.
Oh, okay. I watched this with my wife, and I was not into it at first, but then I totally got into it. And the only thing I just wanted to bring up was that if I can I can't even pull up my own stuff very well.
You're doing great.
I'm doing
Brad.
great. I didn't even pull up the one for the Witcher.
But then you told me you wanted to talk about it.
I know, it's weird. I had it ready to go. Basically, the only thing that I wanted to talk about is how Henry Cavill is not going to be in the 4th season, and it's going to be somebody else.
You keep scrolling by it.
Where is it?
Scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, it's not. Well, this is a bang up.
You know what? This is what we call a tease. Next week you can tell us all about
next week
the
we'll
Witcher.
talk about it. Oh, and one last thing. Did I put that in there? I don't know why I'm stretching this out, but we'll go back to both of us here. Harry Belafonte died, and I think that's it's music news, but I think that's huge news in like the movie community, because so many. I mean, look, everybody knows the lime and the coconut and
Drink it all up.
Yeah, and from Beetlejuice, the ending credits or whatever, they go through that. So yeah, I think wonderful guy,
Well, we're not only
great
movie
music.
news anyway.
We can do everything, but it's sad. But 96, that's a good run. That's a good run.
Yeah.
I could only hope to get the.
Everybody always says that, but I don't think any age makes it any easier.
No, not at all.
sometimes.
Not at all. Age doesn't sometimes. If their life isn't great at the time, I don't know. Let's not get into that. But yeah, it's we all loved you. You've heard us talk about Harry Belafonte here every day.
Brett, you did this. I was like, let's get out of here. And Brett was like, I would like to take over the show now. There's things I need to talk about. I have to talk about Witcher and Dune, which you did neither of.
I thought Witcher was pulled up. I just think it's strange. I think it's strange that they're going to have a new Witcher for the 4th season. That just seems, but maybe they're.
Did you not know that?
I didn't.
So that's not news.
I think Cavill wasn't supposed to come back because he was supposed to be doing Superman, and I think I had heard at one point Cavill was out of The Witcher,
right?
And then he's going to do one more and then just not do the 4th.
They had already filmed that.
Oh, really?
They'd already done the 3rd.
So he is out of the 4th. So that was okay. I had that confused, Rox. It's the first time I've ever been confused. But Rox, if you want to see more confusion like this, come and check us out.
Okay, Brett.
Kristian, the 28th. Roxy's going to be there, and that's it. No one else is coming. No, we got me, Coy, Roxy, Kate,
Did
Winston,
you have no
Steph,
faith in me
Mike.
to close out the show? Just no.
I just want to do it for fun, and then I'm going to hand to you to do the closeout. 'Cause I just thought, I'd do this because I didn't know how to throw it to you. But I'm going to throw it to you now, Roxy. Right there. We're going to Roxy's camera. On Roxy's camera now. Roxy's going to close out the show.
Bye. We'll see you next time.